All right, hello, and welcome to Week 8 of the NAGA Football League and the first game of this week. We had a technical issue during our first recording. Unfortunately, my mic had broke, and on top of that, the audio was also not synced with the file. So you guys would have just watched raw footage of gameplay as if you were in the stands with a nice behind the line to gain, I suppose, view. But we're not going to do that. We're going to make sure the audio is there, and we're going to go ahead and record this, and we're going to see how this works out. It should be hopefully pretty quickly. But anywho, as you can see, this lineup of Omaha and Virginia Beach, these two teams are, they've got something to fight for, each in their own respect. Virginia Beach fighting for a possible division clinch should Brooklyn and Delaware lose. And obviously Omaha is looking to upset anyone who is undefeated or a division leader. So we'll see how well that works out today. So we go ahead and look at the expert picks. Virginia Beach has a 51% chance of winning based on 1,000 simulations, and the decisions are split, with Danny and Joe saying that Omaha will blow Virginia Beach out, and Dave and James saying Virginia Beach will beat out Omaha, with James taking a 10-point win, Dave taking a 12-point win. Let's go ahead and head into the action. Welcome to the Train Depot, the home of the NAGA Football League. Omaha will choose tails and win, thus they shall receive for this first half. Virginia Beach, they will receive in the second half. Virginia Beach, very, very talented team. I do believe they still rank in the #1 total defense and offense, as Stevens gets the return, pushing forward and taken down before the 20-yard line. And anyone who's watched my commentary knows that they just lost 2 yards, because that is the hidden yardage gain. If you were to call for a fair catch, it would go on the 20-yard line. They did not. Thus, they are 2 yards back. Virginia Beach already winning the game by just 2 hidden yards. Vincent, nice. Oh my lord. 2-yard gain. Spin move, stiff arm, followed up by a 2-yard gain. That had -5 yards written all over it. Omaha ain't going down that easily. It's Lowry under center. Vincent in the back, surveying for all day, and then some. Vincent up to left. Vincent stiff arm in, pushing forward for a gain of 7. That'll be 3rd and 1. Jordan Tillman now coming in for Alonzo Vincent. And we are already almost at the 9-minute mark. Incredible. Lowry, Tillman in the back. Lowry motioning the man to the right. That is Holloway. Go! Pushing up to Tillman. Tillman pushing forward for that first down, and I do believe he got it. That's a gain of 2 and an automatic first down. Not really automatic, but I mean, the run was kind of automatic if you ask me. No one was within 6 yards of him. All he had to do was get 1 yard. That's pretty easy. Lowry, Tillman still in. Following the fullback, rushing out to the left. Oh my goodness. 6-yard gain, could have possibly been 7 or 8, but he had sidestepped backwards. That was a counter lead to the left as Tillman is subbed out. And it's a 5 wide receiver set now. Here we go. Lowry under center. Virginia Beach. Probably going to rush 4 men. That's Holloway. Out to the left. 4-man rush, of course. Can Lowry do anything? He's launching it. Ooh, unfortunate. Great coverage there. Seemed like Omaha had the answer, but the DB is too good. It's Lowry with Vincent to the right now. 3rd and 4. Back to pass. Going to launch it immediately behind the sticks, though. And a face mask. So Omaha's drive will actually continue, even though it shouldn't have. And that's what happens when you face Omaha. They are going to pull some things out of you-know-what and continue their drive. This upset will be brought one way or another. Lowry, back to pass, 5-man rush. He's got a, oh my goodness, what a unique throw that was. Hit a defender in his face, and it was a blitz, of course. as that was the tight end seam as he was targeting the running back, however. Vincent backfield looking for a run, and it is to the left. Vincent has a wide lane. My goodness, 13-yard gain. You can't ask for much more outside of that right there. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Season 3 standings. Virginia Beach leading the Northeast Division 5-2. Omaha at the bottom of the Midwest, 3-4. Columbus leading that division at 6-1. Lowry, Vincent. Vincent, I mean, there's that 5-yard loss that we all thought was going to happen in the beginning, and there's Toussaint. There he is, the Frenchman himself. Stopping that play. Now it's 2nd and 15. Now you almost have to throw it, think. Lowry back to pass, 4-man rush. Defender in his face, taken down again. Loss of 7. It's Toussaint. My goodness, Toussaint. I mean, he is this Virginia Beach Mariners defense. It's 3rd and 22. What was a known field goal attempt at minimum. Now, they're just hoping to get back to where they were originally. Lowry, motion man out, empty set. Oh my goodness, just immediately blown up, and that is Coleman. Wow. Number 58. And they were going for a Hail Mary on that play. It's 4th and 30, and it's the punt. This Virginia Beach defense letting their offense breathe. Galicia with the punt. 44 going to let this one try to sail into the end zone, and it does. Holloway not fast enough for that downing of the punt inside the 5. Virginia Beach at 20. Net positive of 2 hidden yards. Marshall now with Walker in the back. Surveying the defense for possibly the whole weekend. And Marshall will take it off to the right. 4-yard gain. We had sat down with the owner and GM, E. We'll go ahead and grab our notes over here. Apologies if I do get a little bit further away from the mic. His statement was that Corey Marshall is the offense, and what they do is literally centered around him. But don't expect a lot of pass plays, says Vincent. Oh my gosh, that was not Vincent. Walker. I meant to say Marshall, but it is offsides against the defense, so this comment doesn't even matter. Marshall handed the ball off to Walker. I thought it was the way he handed it off. My eyes looked at the name, saw Vincent. You know, it happens. We do a little bit of, dumbness from time to time. Marshall may want to be inside off the Walker. Walker taken down after a gain of 2, but that's all he needed. It's now 1st and 10. He has recently been known to adjust for every team that he's come across. They always fine-tune their game plans, but it seems they have really centered around Marshall being the focal point. It's Walker pushing forward 8-5. Marshall, if you recall, was one of the league leaders last year in a couple things. First and most importantly, a man of the people. Let's put that there, right? So I don't really know if any stats. I would check that in a second as Walker stiff arms a man. And 2nd and 5, a gain of 2. But C4 actually did lead some things, right? It didn't have to be statistical, right? Gutsy plays, 3rd down conversions when necessary, right? Clutch throws. Just absolutely clutch when you needed it. Marshall off to the right. It's a keeper taken down after a gain of 7 on 3rd and 2, 1st and 10. That's Marshall right there, showing the grit and the dedication to get the 1st down, even if it means he's got to take a hit, right? You cannot allow this Omaha defense to stop you and get their offense out there. There's a flag now against the defense for encroachment, 5 yards. It'll be 1st and 5 for Omaha. But as we stand here and we witness this Virginia Beach team cross the 50 via penalty, this offense knows that if they even let up any sort of momentum, this Omaha team has the talent. And for a nice gain of 6. My goodness. Should have been short, but he kept pushing forward. But this Omaha team is known to upset teams given any sort of momentum. They will take the slightest bit of momentum and swing the whole game their way. That's something Virginia Beach desperately wants to avoid. As Marshall hands off to Moore. My lord, just blowing a man up, taking him down. No gain, but quite the play. we will go ahead and look at these passing stats. As we look for Virginia Beach anywhere, and Corey Marshall was actually 15th in passing yards. 19-16, 12 touchdowns, only 3 interceptions. Walker off to the left. Walker pushing forward, gain of 7 yards. Now 3rd and 2. They'll give him an extra yard. Kamani Moore now in. He averaged 12.7 yards per throw. That's incredible. That's literally a first down every time he touched the ball. Marshall hands off to Moore. Moore pushing forward. Oh my goodness, Kyle, did he get it? And they'll say he did. 1st and 10. My goodness, quick work right there by the officiating team to understand that, hey, we don't need to measure the ball, right? We watched his hand extend past the yellow line. We don't need a stick for that. He's got it. Come on, more. 2 yards and more. Now pushing further right, gain of 2 yards. James Wheeler subbing in, but Eric Walker subbing back in for Wheeler. Seems the coaching staff was trying to run a triple option in the backfield, and Walker did not want that. As the defense once again commits encroachment, it's now 2nd and 3rd. This defense, I mean, if anything is going to happen, this defense has to step up. They have to stop committing penalties, and they have to stop this offense. I don't even know if they've passed once, to be completely honest with you. I think they just ran it the entire time. Maybe they passed once. Go! Marshall, off to Walker. Walker with a big one to the right, taken down inside the 20. That's a gain of 9 yards. 1st and 10. And yeah, this is exactly what you would expect from this Virginia Beach Mariners offense. They are very tough and gritty. This Omaha defense, they're not exactly the most tough defense. But I can tell you right now, Walker pushing forward, gain of 9 yards. But they'll do their best to stop this offense. But man, when you get hit on every down and you give up free yardage via penalties, I mean, there's not a lot of teams that can actually withstand more than 2 quarters. Marshall with a Walker. Walker pushing forward. He's got a first down and then some. 3-yard gain. End of the first. Eric Walker now subbing in for Kamani Moore. It's now 1st and goal at the 6. Starting the 2nd quarter, tied at 0-0, but this could be the play where Virginia Beach punches it in. And they're guaranteed some points here. They're going to leave with 3, or they're going to walk away with 7. Marshall motioning Powers to the inside. Marshall off to the right. Marshall trying to push it in himself. Gain of 4 yards. He will not. The pile was not there for him. He was hoping there'd be some more key blocks and he could try to muster some strength to jump himself over the line, as Marshall is now averaging 5 yards a carry. That's ridiculous. Marshall motioning the fullback to the right. This could be a run to the right. Here we go. Walker to the right. Oh, evades the tackler. Is a gain of 1 yard. 3rd and goal. Virginia Beach is scarily 1 play away from 3 points after that entire drive. And I believe that was a 9-minute drive. It says possession 6 minutes and 51 seconds, but I don't believe that because I'm dumb. And they've only rushed it, by the way. 15 straight rushes. Walker in the end zone. That's a touchdown. What better way to cap off a 16-play, 7-minute drive than a 7-point score, pending the extra point. And it's automatic. Everyone knew that. Nobody thought I was going to get embarrassed in front of the entire stadium. 2nd quarter, 9 minutes and 8 seconds remaining. As we now have a new entry. It's Marshall and the Virginia Beach Mariners put up 7. Here comes the hidden yardage game. Stevens pushing forward past 20. Will be taken down. And they will get a gain of 1. So Virginia Beach right now is leading by 1 yard. And it's going to be quite the game, right? Whoever wins the hidden yardage game, you can more than likely win the game itself. As Vincent with a wide rushing lane to left, and absolutely trucks a man. 14-yard gain. 1st and 10. Omaha trying to bring the pain. They're done trying to pass, it seems. They're just going to mow you over. Lowry, Vincent to his right. Motion number 7, Stevens to the inside. Hands off to Vincent. Vincent, TFL, 1-yard loss. That's Givens. Now let's talk about this roster real quick. Let's go ahead and do that, right? When you look at the defense, right, you've got Jesse Combs, you've got Matt Grimes. I apologize about Jesse Combs. Vincent, trying man pushing forward. I'm sure E, the owner in his suite, is going to rewatch this as he always does for film. He's going to hear me talk about Jesse Combs, the defensive end that San Antonio did not pick up during the offseason, and then Virginia Beach picked up, and he's like, I don't think he's that important to this team, but if you say so, Mr. Announcer. As Tillman gets a gain of 1, that's a 3 and out after the first down. So he's probably sitting there like, I don't think Jesse Combs, my 4th string defensive end, is actually as important as Desmond Cooper or Ryan Tanner, as much as Joseph Saw and Matt Grimes are. So now that we've got that blender over, as Marion pushing forward, oh my goodness, they're just going to take him down way back there. He's going to get the 20-yard line, net gain of 0. But again, let's actually focus now and get the right names. Matt Grimes and Joseph Toussaint. I mean, these are the guys, interior pressure, who are just getting every play to be an F the play up, right? And these are the players that you need, right? Now, Joseph Toussaint, he's getting the stats today, right? Matt Grimes, not so much, but I can guarantee you if we had a F the play up stat sheet, Matt Grimes and Joseph Toussaint, every play would be right there as Walker gets the handoff, and Walker gets the first down, gain of 6 yards. That'll be 1st and 10 on the 31. We've got 2 defensive ends, but they don't really do too much, right? I think E focuses a little bit more with his defensive tackles and focusing on the outside linebackers, such as Marcus Aiken, and that's a false start against Patrick Einstrom. Let me see if there is no pronunciation for that one, so we're on an island with that one. That'll be the pronunciation I do for today. Unless someone's going to say it's Ingstrom, which, that's fair enough. You could do Ingstrom, Einstrom, Ingstrom, you know, something like that. Walker pushes right in the tackle. My goodness, just a 10-yard gain. Get an automatic first down, why don't you? Goodness. Should have only been 4 yards, and he's just pushing and pushing. Marcus Aiken, Anthony Givens, Sean Tucker, and Jonathan Coleman. As Walker pushing to the left and getting an automatic first down, gain of 7. Money Moore now subbing in. Then, of course, in the backfield, you have Malcolm Riley, Jeremiah McLean, got free safety Jahil Marion, and Julius Kelsey. These players, they're very crucial to this defense. And outside of the defensive ends, I think everyone right here is a solid starter for any team they go on. As Moore picks up 5 yards and Walker subs back in. 2nd and 5. 5.5 minutes remain in the second quarter. We are just blowing through this game right now. This could wind up being a 30-minute game somehow, I bet. Motions the man. Walker, loss of 1. Unfortunate. So take a look at this Omaha defense. It's on the struggle bus right now. Kenny Montgomery, their lead defensive end, Roman Bates, both being shut down so far. Marshall thrown out to the left. Ooh, who was that on the coverage? Eric Walker getting some action right now. That is number 28 as we are on the sheet now. That's their second corner, Andre Powell. Go! That's good enough for a punt. And that's good enough for a punt inside the 20. My goodness, what a coffin punt. 1st and 10 of the 4. Could not ask for better positioning by Virginia Beach. And that'll be a loss of 16 yards. Virginia Beach now leads with 17 yards of hidden yardage. And that's a false start against the offense. So now they're getting pushed back even more. My goodness. 1st and 12 from the 2-yard line. Unfortunate. So we now head on over to the Omaha offense. Hudson Lowry, the quarterback of this operation. Vincent evades a would-be safety, no gain. 2nd and 12. That's Aiken for the TFL, number 53. We were just talking about you, Mr. Marcus Aiken. He's one of the superstars on this defense. Lowry in his own end zone. He's going to motion Stevens from the far right to the inside of the left. Next to number 5. Hands off to Vincent. Vincent in a massive lane. My goodness, gain of 6 yards. Jordan Tillman now coming in. That is not acceptable if you're Virginia Beach's defensive coordinator. That was a situation where you had them right where you wanted. You let up 6 yards. 3rd and 6. Back to pass. Massive blitz coming in. Number 82 unable to come down with it. And that might have been 83, actually. Might have been Gilbert Randall. No, that is not true, actually. I'm looking at the roster right now. And, no, that was not the play. I can tell as Marion gets the return. Because the portrait and skin texture files used, 83 is 5. That man is not white. I can tell you that right now. The best option I have to pick from anything right now is like Charmel Newsom as Walker gets a gain of 8. But like, here we go. It's Dylan Beavers, 28-year-old fullback. So on a must-have it down, Omaha was like, the fullback will get it, guys. That's what he'll do. Marshall motions the man out to the right. I think only San Antonio is one of the most insane teams enough to be like, hey, fullback, get in there. It's 3rd and 8. We need you to go make a clutch down. And unfortunate, as Virginia Beach will now cause a penalty. That will now be 2nd and 7. 2 minutes and 50 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Eric Walker, 16 for 81 and a touchdown. That's Burns out to the right. Walker to the left. And Walker just getting demolished. My goodness. Loss of 1. 3rd and 8. Tackle for loss. Eddie, number 58. And if you're Omaha, this is acceptable, right? You're still going to have to wind up with the fact that you may lose 3 points out of this, but that's fine. So Marshall motions Burns to the inside of the right. Marshall back to pass. He has all day to Burns. Double coverage. Number 25 is in the area. That'll be 4th and 8. And unless they have a man with a platinum leg, this is a punt. Let's see how well this punt will go. And this punt, ooh, might be right upside the 20. Oh, they'll give him the 18-yard line. Very nice. Fair enough. Omaha with a chance to tie it. 2 minutes and 10 seconds remaining. They have 4 timeouts to their disposal. Vincent bulldozing a man over. Vincent pushing to the right, and there's a penalty, possibly a face mask, and it's holding against the offense. Oh, my goodness. And the 2-minute warning hit. That has got to be the worst possible timing. So now we're in a 2-minute offense for Omaha. 5 wide receiver set. We're going to see how this goes. They're desperate to upset. Virginia Beach gets the ball in the second half. Lowry back to pass. 4-man rush. Defender in his face. Doesn't matter. Hall with an incredible medicine ball catch. Omaha will not call a timeout. They got 1:50 left. 2nd and 8 after all of that. Lowry, Vincent to his right. 4 wide receiver set. Back to pass. Immediate pressure in his face. Gets it up to Randall. 2-yard gain. 1:37. 3rd and 6. And in this situation, I really hope they don't just try to run it, or they don't just try to short over the line of scrimmage pass. Hudson Lowry up 50%. Vincent stiff arming a man, but it's not enough. 2-yard gain. And for some reason, Virginia Beach now will call a timeout, despite being up by 7 and getting the ball back in the second half. I mean, I know the upset is looming, right? I know this is technically playoff football right now, but I don't really think you need that much. Marion increasing the numbers. I do believe this is now up to 32 yards hidden yardage. They're gaining yards on every punt area. They're gaining more and more yardage than they should. I mean, it's especially since Omaha willing to step it up for man number 20 in the deflection. And I don't know why Virginia Beach is passing right now. They have no reason to pass. You have 1:20 left. You've wasted a timeout. Corey Marshall is actually 0 for 3. Believe that. My goodness. Marshall under center going to motion. I believe that is Powers out to the right, and it is. I just don't know what I'm watching right now. I don't understand it. This is exactly what happened in the Tucson-Austin game. Nobody has any reason to be afraid. The underdog is not up. The favorite has gone down. Walker with a run for 3rd and 10. Omaha's going to call a timeout. And they do. Like, man. I will say, as a bit of a spoiler, for the previous attempt recording before things didn't work out. Virginia Beach and Omaha was actually a pretty close game until the 3rd quarter. And after that, it blew open in the 4th quarter. I will not reveal who won or who lost. But, you know, it was a lot better than whatever this is. Like, in this, and actually, to believe it or not, they had a much better 2-minute offense drill than what the hell they're doing right now. Because, and this is not a spoiler because it doesn't matter because obviously you won't know who won. But Omaha was up, I believe. No, I apologize. Omaha was down 7-10, and they had the ball in the second half. And Virginia Beach was looming on an upset, and so Omaha had the ball, and they were trying to score as fast as they could. But then Omaha got the ball back in the second half. So then they didn't convert on their attempt. So then Virginia Beach got the ball, and they tried to go down and score. Because they didn't get the ball in the second half. So they were trying to get a quick score. And then Omaha tried to go ahead and push forward with another attempt. Because, again, they were down, right? But they were running it. They were running, they were passing. And, again, in this horrible situation where the favorite is up, the underdog is down, and the favorite gets the ball in the second half. Both teams are trying to pass like it's the 4th quarter in the Super Bowl as Marion got a nice chunk of yardage out of that one. They're as if they're in like the Jugan Bowl, and they've got 30 seconds left in the game, and somehow every time one of them grabs the ball, the other team is up by 1. And like it doesn't make sense because Marshall is now going to launch it into double coverage again. Like, I don't know. And now because of these decisions, Riddle, number 13, has a knee injury, is not expected to return. And Riddle, 1, 2, 3, 4, is their 4th string wide receiver, so technically not exactly a big loss. Sean Scott is actually like the exact same as him. So there's no real huge loss here, as 87 cannot bring that in. I mean, Sean Scott literally looks like an identical twin. I mean, like, literally the exact same trade value, the exact same overall, the exact same development, exact same age. That's Pitzer ready for that. And Omaha will now call a timeout, I bet. They don't. Oh, thank God we are free from this prison, ladies and gentlemen. Jesus Christ. Yeah, if you get the ball in the second half, like I believe Virginia Beach is going to get, there's no reason if you're up in the with like a minute left, if you failed your first drive, just knee it out. Like, you failed. I'm sorry. You are not going to get some Hail Mary like Omaha is now attempting to. Pass going to work immediately. It's intercepted by Kelsey, and Kelsey trying to get his footing. And they've got 5 seconds left and a chance, and they're probably going to go for a field goal. And this is what you get. This is exactly what you get. You shouldn't be doing this. You should not be trying to go for this. And now Virginia Beach will be up by 10. Way to go, Omaha. And it's encroachment on the defense. 5 yards. It's now 1st and goal from the 6. Omaha, if the AI has any logic, you snap the ball and throw it as fast as you can. You get 2 seconds left and go for a field goal. But they're not going to do that. They're going to kick a field goal. Unfortunate. Defense, if you could call another encroachment penalty so we can just watch Kamani Moore for some reason get the ball and score a touchdown. 23-yard field goal is good. And with that, they are going to kick it off. Apologies if you can hear my pencil. They're going to kick the ball off. He's going to run it back. He's going to time out. We'll go to the second half. So I don't hoops this one deep. Omaha has been able to do nothing. They've stopped nothing. Stevens now taken down. That's 0-0s. Let's just jump right into the second half. Let's not waste any time here, ladies and gentlemen. We've already wasted enough of your time with whatever that 2-minute drill was again. I don't know. But Virginia Beach, outside of the few times that they've tried to pass it, they've been 100% successful. Powers behind his own 20. He's not going to make it. It's a loss of yards. But it doesn't matter because Virginia Beach is leading by like 25 plus. So loss of 3, 30 plus, or maybe 29. They've got it. Oh, they've got it. So now we're in the second half, and as the game winds down, we need to go ahead and keep some engagement going, right? So how do you keep the viewer interested in a game that looks like it'll be a blowout? As Walker was not given the 4 yards he gained. I don't know what happened there. So we'll go ahead and head on over to the questions that we had asked the owner, Mr. E. A lot of this drive would probably be just, commentary over it, discussions, league news, unless they break a big play, right? And then we'll get right back into it. But as we head on over with this interview, he was asked a couple questions. You're down the home stretch, only 2 more games after this week. Is there anything you feel your team needs to fix, or is the team perfect? That was a nice pass to Gunter. I mean, in double coverage, and he comes down with it. My Lord. You can't ask for a better tight end. He had stated, I'm always proud of the product my guys bring to the people of Virginia Beach. But I'd be lying if I'd said we wanted anything less than perfection. I paused my breath for Walker gaining 15 yards on that rush. Good Lord. Holding on to the ball, as well as making contested catches, are things we go over in practice on the offensive side of things, and really making sure our linebackers attack the ball carriers on the defensive side. And yeah, right? You have an Omaha team who looks like they could possibly get some rushing yards out of their offense. And you got to make sure those linebackers are ready to step it up and push it, right? But also you have to worry about Marshall's on a 3rd and 9. He hasn't really thrown that much. I think he's thrown 4 total times this game. He's 1 for 4. You're sitting here wondering, hey, can you get that pass, that ball, into that window? And can you, the receiver, make a great contested catch? Right? And that's the most important part about this game. As Pitcher gets a first down and fumbles, number 20, Floyd, he'll be taken down. 1st and 10, that's a turnover and a fumble. And I won't lie, ladies and gentlemen, Pitzer had a fumble in the last attempt that failed, recording-wise, which is what I was discussing at the beginning of this game. So, back-to-back. But if this game mirrors anything, Omaha could have a very, very interesting second half. But I doubt it will mirror. I mean, let's be real. This game is every simulation that you do, every commentary, every broadcast, right? I mean, nothing is the same. Lowry back to pass, 5-man rush. He's got all day, and then some to Vincent. Vincent, nice catch. As a side comment real quick before we head back, as Riley number 5 is expected to return, but he is out. This could affect the pass game. Yeah, every broadcast, right? I mean, we had owners who would do simulations, who would test things out, who would, for like, I think 3 weeks straight, we had an owner who would every single day run a simulation, and he would expect those averages to be real, right? The issue is that these games, I mean, you can have 1,000 simulations, and around maybe 50% of the time, you might get the same one, right? But you don't know what side of the coin you're going to land on when it comes to broadcast, right? And on top of that, right, you never know, right? I mean, the owner could be taking their rosters and downloading them, and, they may have forgotten to put the upgrade points in, right? So when the upgrade points are added and they download the roster, they may have forgotten to get the new roster, So it's like, oh, I downloaded the one before the upgrade points came in. Okay, well, that actually changes the matchup, right? As a good example, San Antonio had noted that they had tried a simulation before Portland had input any points, as this punt will go into the 18-yard line. And Portland then put in their upgrades, and all of a sudden the game vastly upgraded and swung in momentum to Portland's favor, right? So, it's... It's just very, very unique, very random, really random. You'll never know what you get. Omaha could have dropped in here and put up 50. Virginia Beach could have put up 0, right? But hey, like I don't think Virginia Beach has even thought about passing 3 times this game. Like, the 4th time, I think, was just because it was a necessity. So, yeah, off of that topic. We will continue the questions as Eric Walker has now eclipsed 100 yards. Center. Back to pass. Right over the middle. My goodness, what a terrible idea that was. We asked E, the Omaha Spartans have a pristine record when it comes to upsetting teams who are undefeated or leading their division. Has this week been more intense than previous games due to the Spartans' nature to punch above their weight class with ease? They have responded, they are definitely an intimidating team. Through all of their owners, they have maintained the ability to be an unpredictable force of nature, so to say. One thing that we will keep in mind, something that we have forgotten in the past, is to never underestimate our opponent. We then asked, your team has not been destroyed by the injury bug as it was last year. Has this contributed to new programs your team runs or weightlifting, or is it simply avoiding such horrid this year? That is HORRID for those of you with hard hearing and think I have said something else. He responded, after firing our strength and conditioning coordinator, we took extra steps in hiring 2 co-coordinators. We have used our staffing, and we have upped our staffing, which in turn has given more guys and has taught us some healthier habits, like the importance of rest. I think the results, as you alluded to, have spoken for themselves, and this is true, right? Virginia Beach last year, I mean, every day it was a CVS report of injuries. This year, I mean, maybe a couple, but for the most part, they are very healthy. As JoJo Stevens will commit a false start. Number 4, you are one of the top teams in the league. Your coordinators seem to have stepped their game up. Has this been a result of more fine-tuning for each opponent more than normal? Or is this more so that your players have become more comfortable with the scheme and stepped up their talent level? And E have responded, we always fine-tune our game plan to our opponents. But I would say that this year we have truly built this team around Corey Marshall. And Stevens with an incredible catch. 37-yard gain. My goodness, on 3rd and 12. I bet no one was expecting that break. They're probably sitting over here, you know, like on their phone, writing, typing, doing something. And then just out of nowhere, just explosion of emotion. That's incredible. Wow. Omaha back to pass, 4-man rush. Gonna launch it deep to Randall and gets a gain of 10 yards. 1st and 10 inside the red zone. We will hold off on these questions as we have one more left. But Omaha, for the first time all game long, has entered the red zone. Can they finish it? Here we go. Vincent in the back. Number 85 off the right. Hands off to Vincent. Vincent has a lane. Stiff arms a man. Gets taken down towards the end zone. Gain of 6. 2nd and 4. Running back dive. Incredible. This could be what Virginia Beach has been scared of all game. Lowry flanked by his tight end Beavers. His fullback, I don't know how to read. Vincent, oh my goodness, what an evasion. But unfortunately, Aiken was there for the wrap-up tackle. Aiken hadn't been there. That would have been an automatic touchdown. Here we go. Lowry going to hand off to Tillman. I can almost guarantee it. The defense heavy to the right. Now they've shifted. It's a full loaded box. Oh my goodness, Tillman. Oh, he didn't run with his blockers. Gain of 1 yard. And they're going to take the field goal. Alonzo Vincent is subbing back in for Jordan Tillman. And they do. Lowry gets in the holding position. Next. He connects. 26-yard field goal is good. Let's head back to these questions. We asked one final question. We cannot forget. The team has a chance to clinch the division with 2 key outcomes this week. Brooklyn and Delaware both losing. Has this been a routinely spoken thing to your team, or do you simply ignore the outside media noise and try to get the players to focus only on the current opponent at the time? He has stated, I cannot pretend that we don't pay attention to these kinds of things. However, I think for most of our guys, beating Omaha comes first. I know after our game, though, all the guys are going to be tuning into the results of those games. That's for sure. And that has to be quite the thrill, right? You don't have to worry about anything, right? All you got to do is worry about winning this game. You control your destiny. And that's a lot of positions. That's what a lot of teams wish they could be in the position for, right? A lot of teams, they're trailing, they were ahead, they're now middle of the pack. You know, some teams are barely ahead in the division, right? They have one game, and they're just hoping, praying against all odds that they can somehow get back into that first place position and be able to hold everyone off. I mean, that's winning the division is very key, obviously, because you get home games, right? But, I mean, to be completely honest, as Moore just, I don't know what he did there. 7-yard gain. It's like he put his hand out in the guy's chest and said, stop. And then did not push it. He literally just put his hand out, said, I'm not having fun anymore. And then just didn't push it. He was just like, that's it. You're not supposed to tackle me now. That's the rules. Them the rules. 2nd and 3, Pitts are loss of 1. Eddie, number 58 on the stop. Eric Walker now in for Kamani Moore, 35. Oh my goodness, what a catch. I had to yawn. That is a 9-yard gain. Talk about saving the quarterback from an interception. I mean, my goodness. That was incredible. I like that. That was a great catch. Walker off to the right. Walker taken down immediately. Gain of 2 yards. 2nd and 8. Now, of course, was the Week 8 interview. Unfortunately, there is no interview for Omaha as their owner has been dismissed for inactivity, failure to report. And we head into the 3rd quarter. Virginia Beach up 10, Omaha 3. This game is still close, ladies and gentlemen. Omaha could go down, score a 2-point conversion, and upset Virginia Beach. It's all in the cards. Here we go. Marshall under center. Walker in the back. Motions Gunter, the tight end. A little bit more to the left. Walker off to the left, pushing forward, getting tackled, gain of 5 yards. It's 3rd and 4. All right. Should have been 3rd and 3, but I guess it was a very long 8. Some might even say 8 3/4. Walker pushing the edges of that 150-yard rushing game. And this could be a pass. Back to pass. Marshall going to lob it over the middle. Oh, into insane amounts of traffic. My goodness. So it's 4th and 4 now. And Virginia Beach will punt it away. We have 9.5 minutes remaining, folks. Omaha only down by 7. Rawlings. Punt it deep. And I want to point out one thing, right? For anyone who has ever stated that this is a snooze fest, you know, you're not wrong. But that Omaha hasn't stepped up, or Virginia Beach hasn't stepped up. I'd like to point out that Vincent just gets demolished behind the line of scrimmage like he owed the mob money. That was crazy. I'd like to go ahead, and we need to set the record straight. All right, we're going to go ahead. We're going to move over to the Season 3 standings. Virginia Beach has the #1 total offense and total defense. As Beavers, the fullback, gets a 2-yard gain. This is the #1 offense. Omaha actually is punching way above their weight class right now because their defense is stepping it up. Their offense just can't do anything against the #1 defense. So you have half the team putting all the effort to stop Virginia Beach from putting 40 on their head. And the other half can't go anywhere. Virginia Beach is the #1 pass defense. So what do you think is going to happen on 3rd down? Lowry's not going to be able to do much, right? I mean, his stats look the way they do, not because he's a bad quarterback, but because literally Virginia Beach is the #1 passing defense and the #9 rushing defense. So you've already got a tough task, right? Hey, guys, get in the game and go against a top 9 rated defense in the rush game. Oh, and then on 3rd down, Lowry, we need you to pass against the #1 pass defense. No pressure. No pressure. Walker rushes up to the right. Now, I will say this. They are punching above their weight class, but, hear me out. They're also the 4th rated total defensive team. So this score also makes sense, right? But again, it is punching up to the weight class because they have the #10 rush defense, right? As Walker, the flag gets his 1st down, but it does not count as Marquise Gilchrist holding 10 yards. 2nd and 16. Virginia Beach is the #6 passing and rushing offense, which automatically gives them #1 total offense. But Omaha is the #8 pass defense and 10 rushing defense. They're not as good as Virginia Beach, but they are still pushing up beyond their weight class. I mean, you may think 6 and 8 are close. I'm gonna tell you guys right now, it is not. It is not, right? We look at Omaha's pass defense, 8. And their pass yards against per game. Powers with an incredible catch, 25-yard gain on 3rd and 15. I mean, just snagged it out of the air. That should not have been a catch. But he's a talented man. He's a freak of nature athletically, and he just came down with it. He wanted it more. Virginia Beach knocking on the door of the red zone. A yawn hit me at the wrong time. Marshall with a keeper. Quarterback dive. Omaha, total yards against per game, 355. Passing yards against, 226. The difference, 2 ranks, almost 40 points. 40 points. Walker with an amazing first down into the 10. 1st and 10 at the 11, they'll say. Interesting theory. I definitely don't think that's 11, but sure. I think that's like 10 and a half. Maybe 10 and a fourth, to be honest. Walker pushing forward for his gain of 150 yards on the day, and he got it. Kamani Moore now subs in as Eric Walker walks off to applause. Don't ignore him getting up, right? That's not him. That's a blocker. We're going to say that's a blocker for him. All right, second quarter, here we go. Moore with the ball, pushing forward. Can he do it? Oh, my goodness, he had a wide open touchdown. Oh, my goodness. You hate to see. Look, this is why we got backups talking like starters, and we don't need that because, Kamani Moore, you are a backup. Sorry to say it. You're a backup for a reason. There's up to Moore. Moore, can you get it this time? He does. Touchdown. Virginia Beach 16. Omaha 3. Kamani Moore with the score. But yeah, I mean, let's not even talk about the rush defense. I mean, the rush yards against for Virginia Beach, 127. For Omaha, like, it's crazy. It's absolutely insane. Never mind, it is not 149. I was about to say, it's like a 29 point, no. Funny enough, they are literally just like 27.3, 29.9, so that's what, like 2.6? Yeah, they're not that far behind, actually. But that's the rush defense, right? That's not their offense, which is 6. So, oh, there's an alarm. Sorry about that. Lowry, back to pass. Finds Vincent into the right. Gain of 9 yards. But yeah, these defenses, they do not really compare too much outside of the rush defense. Now, offense, points, passing yards per game, 263, and Omaha allows 226. Not ideal. Lowry back to pass, has all day, finds Stevens. Nice pass. Of course, this is the time they want to start making plays. Rushing yards per game, 175. Omaha letting up 129. So, yeah. I think Virginia Beach is going to average almost everything they normally do. Vincent off to the right. We will get a gain of 5 as Kelsey is now injured with a leg injury, but he is expected to return, not a major injury. Vincent pushing, taken down after gain of 5. 3rd and inches. Here we go. This could be Omaha's entire pristine record of upsetting teams who lead the division and are undefeated down the drain. Here we go. 3rd and inches. What do you got, Omaha? Check out the Tillman. Tillman, first down. And they're going to let the clock run. Interesting tactic. Me personally, I wouldn't do that. Vincent right into the video. My goodness. They draw across on 1st and 10 Under 4 minutes. Okay. I don't know what he was doing. Arthur, he had a plan. Tillman pushing forward, gain of 1 yard. I feel like that's what the OC had to be like, you know, on the side. I got a plan. I just need you to trust me. And the head coach is like, what the hell is this? Like, why are you doing a draw? We've got 4 minutes left, down by 14. Like, what? Lowry, empty backfield now. Gonna bomb it. No, he's not. Oh, that could have been an interception. 4th and 11. All 3 timeouts remain. What will Omaha do? They're going to go for it. Hudson Lowry, 8 of 16, 95 yards, interception. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Here we go. Lowry. What the hell was that? All right. I mean, hey, you know, yeah. Yeah. This is like that Indianapolis Colts under center with everyone off to the left except like the guy snapping it in the center. Like, what was that? Like, you're in a need-it game. That's okay. That's just the Omaha franchise in a nutshell, to be honest. When they need it the most, they will do it. When they don't need it, they show up like the 2008 Patriots. And I apologize. I missed Thomas's injury, defensive back number 1. Probably why Virginia Beach was passing more frequently, even though it was probably less than 10 passes. Walker with a big gain to the right. That'd be the 2-minute warning, and I bet you Omaha called a timeout like a dummy. No, they did not. They saved their timeout. Here we go. First down ends it all. Marshall. Motion left. Walker with 1 man to beat. He doesn't beat him because, you know, 3rd and inches. Now, whoever gets the first down on this offense will win the game. And I bet it'll be Walker. Here we go. Fullback. It's going to be a run up the middle. Here we go. Off to the left. Walker. First down and then some. He's dancing on him. 5-yard gain. Omaha calls a timeout, but it doesn't matter. They just, it's a courtesy timeout. You know, make sure you smoke them while you got them. And that'll be the game, ladies and gentlemen. Virginia Beach, 17-3. Go! I mean, my goodness, as Walker pushed forward, 8-yard gain. I mean, let's be real, right? I mean, let's just say, to be funny, haha, right? That they didn't want to clock control on this drive. I don't think Omaha was stopping anything. Like, I really don't. Even if they got to 4th down, I think they would just get a field goal. But, yeah. So that's the game, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you who do not want to stick around for the stats of the game, we appreciate you dropping by. As always, we will see you in the next game. We appreciate everything you guys do. Owners, viewers, visitors included. Don't forget to head on over to the Discord. We host a Discord. It'll be down in the description, not subscription, down in the description below. We host all the league information there, as well as all the owners, visitors, and viewers are able to communicate there. That'll be the game. Virginia Beach 17-3. As my nose gets messed up, as I'm about to announce the game MVPs, Walker, 36 rushes, 187 yards, 1 touchdown. Aiken, the linebacker, 3 TFLs, 9 tackles. As for stats, Corey Marshall, 3 of 11 for 46. Hudson Lowry, 9 of 17 for 97 and an interception. Head over to the game stats. Vincent, 20 for 60. Eddie, 3 TFL, 10 tackles, 1 pass deflection. Man was putting in the work today. Go ahead and look at the overview of the team. Team stats-wise, I mean, that's pretty obvious. Virginia Beach kind of dominated the whole game, had 2 sacks, but both had a turnover, a fumble for Pitzer, an interception for Lowry. And now, we will just go ahead and scroll through all of this. As a lot of players with 0 receptions with a target, that's not exactly something you want to see if you are Omaha. As we head on over to returns, kick returns, head over to the kicking the punts, 1 in the 20, 1 in the touchback. Head on over to the home team, Corey Marshall, rushing, passing, receiving. Nobody really in the receiving game, to be completely honest. It was most of the rush game, but even then it was like 3 dudes. The fullback, Walker, Moore. I did not do that right. And, of course, Marshall with a couple of quarterback sneaks. Take their turns. Go to kicking. Go to punts. And that'll be all of it. Thank you all for watching. We appreciate you. We will see you all in the next game. And we all hope you enjoy this week of football. I'm Cole. Later.